Hey everybody, it's Friday and I'm pondering things that have been and lessons I have learnt and what is my takeaway from everything that's been going on. And I have one simple, clear message for everybody today. A reminder, please, to deal with your stuff. Here's another word for it. Deal with your stuff. It also starts with H, can't even spell, it's Friday. Also starts with S, deal with your Please. I have been so blessed to be a part of the very, very powerful and beautiful transitions of some gorgeous souls from this life to the next, as a facilitator of funeral services or memorial services. And there's been a couple of late that have really, really intrigued me and fascinated me from the point of view of being a witness to what is playing out. What is playing out in a funeral service or a memorial service as much, if not more so, than the literal ceremony of remembering, reflecting, releasing and letting go of that beautiful person, is the family dynamics. It is the interplay of everybody's stuff. You know, in life and in families, we take on roles. And what I often see is there are distinct roles within a family unit. People take on a specific persona or a specific way of being, and it seems to be how they interact in that family group. For example, you might have the controller, the narcissist, the people pleaser, the victim, the martyr, the baby. You know, whatever your role is, that plays out against the other family members in a very intense emotional situation. So you see people taking on those roles, and you can see people's emotional unresolved baggage and stuff bubbling to the surface. So what I'd love to remind people of is, in your living years, in the time you have to communicate and connect with this person before they die, please work on your stuff, whether that's internally, whether you do the work to move through your unresolved issues, your resentments, your conflicts, your estrangements, your disappointments, whatever experiences and emotions that result from being in a family. It's common, it's the human experience. You know, the perfectly healthy and emotionally intact family units are not that common. And when we feel the intense grief, loss, shock, whatever it is as the result of someone's death, all that other stuff aligns with it and comes to the surface, and it either plays out against the other family members or it serves to derail the person who is grieving. There's enough to contend with normal grief and normal loss and readjustment after the loss of someone from your life, let alone being triggered constantly by all those unresolved issues from your lifetime. Now, I mean, that's the ideal. The ideal is to get through this life intact. Having looked at our stuff, having dealt with it, having moved through it, to come out, you know, healed and whole, and therefore being able to give that sense to the passing of someone, to come in to a service with the full intent and focus on farewelling that person. But what I see played out is the pain. I see the pain of a lifetime of stuff coming up. As I say, human condition. But the reminder is, we don't always have time. We don't have time to say what we need to say. We don't know when death will occur. So work hard on being healthy and whole as you move through life and healing interactions with others, So really doing yourself a favor, because the last thing you need when someone dies is to feel a lifetime of hurt and unresolved stuff. That's all I see. I stand in a room and see the interplay, and it's the most fascinating physiological, psychological, psychosocial, whatever you want to call it, observation. And it's completely natural. There's no judgment attached to that. It pains me. It literally pains me to feel that others are dealing with so much, just a tsunami of emotional overwhelm at that time. And we could do ourselves a favor by dealing with that when we have the strength to deal with that. Something to think about. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing Friday. See ya.